Greetings and a very warm welcome to the channel. The sun is shining and the magpie is casting. Coming to you guys right now with the finals of the third weekly Homeworld ESL tournament. This is of course Homeworld Deserts of Karak. And we are going to have spawning in the... Hang on, let me just check. Spawning in the south, playing as the grey and black Galzian forces. It is going to be A-Game Ranks. And spawning in the north, playing as the kind of salmon and red Canef forces, it is going to be Tren. Whoops. So yep, these two players have played very well, of course, to make it to the finals. Tren knocking out Quicksilver and A-Gamer taking on some very skilled players as well. I'm just going to switch to the production tab here so we can keep an eye on what the two players are going to do. Pardon me. Now do remember, Tren did defeat Quicksilver by using a very strong 2 production cruiser, no refinery mode, assault railgun push. So he goes up to 2 production cruisers, he does not research refinery mode, and he uses those 2 production cruisers to produce a lot of assault railguns very close to his opponent and maintain constant pressure, and that can snowball out of control very quickly. So we'll have to see if he's going to employ those kind of tactics against A-Gamer Ranks here. A-Gamer is playing as Galzian, so I mean, I can't see any reason why that tactic would not work. Looks like Tren here just now opening up a new resource spot and going to start extracting those. So yeah, we'll have to see what the plan is going to be. Looks like A-Gamer, sometimes he opts to salvage his opening base runner to get the additional resources to boost his economy in the early game. Looks like not this game. He's going to move that base runner out onto the map and try to secure an early artifact, as we often see him do. Looks like 3 or 4 of his sand skimmers here and the production cruiser gonna find the base runner here of Tren, and this is a slightly unusual move that Tren often pulls off here. Whoa, A-Gamer needs to get these sand skimmers over the brow of this sand dune here, or else they're not gonna start firing. But anyway, yeah, Tren always sends this base runner out onto the map unprotected and alone in the very early game, like right now. Uses the smoke screen to buy it some time and starts building blast drones, and then looks for trades with sand skimmers. But I mean, unless A-Gamer actually falls asleep here and he clusters up all his sand skimmers. Oh, that was close. Yeah, unless he actually clusters all of these sand skimmers up. I mean, okay, he loses 2. So technically that blast drone was efficient, if you like. The blast drone costs 150 CUs, and a sand skimmer costs 100. So killing 200 CUs worth of stuff in 2 sand skimmers there with the 1 blast drone, technically efficient, but I mean, he's probably, well, he's almost certainly going to lose the base runner here. So once you add in the cost of the base runner, that stops, that just isn't efficient. So I do question these decisions. I do question this sort of tactic, if you like, from Tren. I'm not sure it's that great. Looks like some sand skimmers from Tren going to come on out here and try to assist. They'll be too late to save the base runner, but they will be able to push back this force. Actually, no, it's 6 versus 5, so they should be able to push back this force here from A-Gamer, although A-Gamer is producing in situ, and his 6th sand skimmer is now out. First kill goes to Tren here. Oh, looks like A-Gamer going to swipe that one off as well, and now Tren has to respect. Oh, I hope that didn't catch on the mic. Tren has to respect these things here. Oh, is this actually still working? Good, okay. Sorry, the computer which my camera is plugged into is just doing weird things, but hopefully it'll be fine. We'll see. Anyway, so yeah, both forces at the moment are content to kind of buff it off of each other. Looks like A-Gamer is going to move back with his production cruiser. Refinery mode has finished. He's also securing an artifact, which you can just see here in the right-hand side of the screen. So he's going to take the lead in terms of the scoreline. 1-0. Why is that not extracting?
Target position set.
That artifact should have scored.
Light attack vehicle
What?
complete.
I am very confused. I am pretty sure that should be 1-0, and this replay is bugging out. What? No, he's going to go back in. Well, I mean, the sand skimmers are skirmishing here, but why is that artifact not securing? What? If this is real and not just my replay bugging out, then I imagine A-Gamer is slightly flustered about this. What? Yeah, this is definitely not the replay bugging out. He is having issues securing this artifact. Huh. Well, this is strange. There we go. Finally just randomly decides to secure there. It is now 1-0. That was very strange. I don't know why that didn't secure. If any of you out there watching have any ideas, please do post in the comments, because I'd be curious to know why that happened there. Also, of course, anyone from BBI who's watching, that seems to be a bit of a bug there, so might be worth taking a look at. Anyway, field control right now, still resting with A-Gamer. Looks like assault rail guns are now being produced for A-Gamer. Can I actually, because this is a replay, can I give things, oh I can, oh that's useful.
Awaiting deployment.
Okay, cool. So let's check the tech here for a gamer. Looks like he's got railgun, so that explains why the assault railgun is coming out, and he's getting railgun armor. Spicy. And now, okay, so look, we've got the 2 production cruisers. There is no refinery mode for Tren. You can see these salvages are long-distance mining, and we've got a surplus. We've got way more assault railguns coming out here for Tren than A-Gamer, so hopefully A-Gamer will realise this and fall back with his one railgun here. If he loses this railgun, things could get really bad. So here comes the snowball. It's moving out across the map up to 4 assault railguns. It will shortly be 5 and keep climbing. A-Gamer outgunned here. There's enough sand skimmers to take care of his sand skimmers and more than enough assault railguns to turn the sand skimmer war if A-Gamer tries to make it that. And now we've got some problems here for A-Gamer. This could be very, very dangerous. He's actually invested in a 3rd production cruiser, so there's a significant window where this production cruiser hasn't been efficient, and Tren can come in and strike for damage. But actually, I'll tell you what, having that, sorry, it's a 2nd production cruiser, not a 3rd, my bad, for A-Gamer. But having this 2nd production cruiser does actually mean that he can actually compete with the railgun production here. And actually, it's only 4, and so this is 6 sand skimmers. This is basically an even fight, except that there's 1 more, 2 more, 3 more. Okay, now there's 3 more assault railguns. There's stop being such an even fight. This is the advantage that having your production cruisers right in the fight gives you. Tren's reinforcements are coming out right here. Oh dear me, these assault railguns are hooning home the sand skimmers. For Tren are actually going to take this fight as well. And now the assault railguns for A-Gamer are getting picked down. There we go, he loses one. Is that a heavy railgun? Wow, yeah, Tren's actually mixed in a heavy railgun, sniping away there. In the west, and this battle is going to get pretty grimy pretty fast for A-Gamer. He's going to lose his base runner, who's just on a sort of sacrificial move here. By the way, he secured another artifact. He's at 2-0 now in terms of the scoreline. But this push here is problems. Let's zoom out. There's nothing on the field really for A-Gamer. His entire military worth right now is 2 sand skimmers and 2 assault railguns. Make that 3 now as another pops out. But this is a dangerous looking force here for Tren. A-Gamer forced to put power into his movement speed, weapons and weapon range by the look of it, and he's coming on out with the Gaussian carrier. Remember, this thing's a pretty angry unit and does do a lot of damage. Boom, sniping off the heavy railgun there, so a nice pickup there for A-Gamer. He desperately needs, okay, his production cruiser's getting focused down. Is Tren going to be able to take this one out? Okay, so A-Gamer is going to get that one out, actually, with half of its health remaining. I think Tren could have gotten that one if he wanted to, but he didn't want to expose his army to fire from the Gaussian carrier, so A-Gamer using his carrier as a shield to parry his attacks. And A-Gamer is now definitely on 3 production cruisers, so A-Gamer has the production edge. He can produce 3 military units at a time. He also has the economical edge, because if you look, A-Gamer is mining off of these 2 locations, Tren mining off of kind of 1.5, he's long distance mining off of a 2nd location. And now, I think A-Gamer's carrier is going to buy him all the time he needs to muster up a force that can take this down for Tren. As we come up to the 8-minute mark in this game, A-Gamer has to be careful though. If he exposes this force of his before it's ready to the superior army here of Tren, he will lose. So also his carrier, he does need to be a bit careful with the carrier, because if it takes too much damage, railguns are quite effective against carriers, and if Tren starts producing, heavy railguns, then this carrier could be in jeopardy. It is now right in the middle of the map, basically, not unsupported, but if A-Gamer is forced to commit these units here to support his carrier, he risks losing his entire army. But actually, you know what? How many railguns is this? That's 10 for A-Gamer. Let's compare. Versus just 7 for Tren. So actually A-Gamer now has the numerical superiority. He has the military strength. And that has, as you can see, given him map control. He's mining off of, 2 locations fully, and he's populating this 3rd location with salvages right now. So the economy for A-Gamer spiraling out of control. And I think actually the window may have just shut now for Tren. I mean, we'll see if he can make anything happen, but he's down at A-Gamer has approximately twice the economy, and he has 50% more military production capability than Tren. He also has field control, and his carrier is significantly more weaponized because of the fact that he has 2 artifacts. But Tren takes a smart fight here and actually, pushes back the railguns for A-Gamer. The carrier is going to be forced back as well. And actually, you know what? Tren... No, he's not going to be able to mount a backstab because of this impassable terrain here. I was going to say it might be worth Tren just trying to harass here, just pull the carrier away and then backstab with some skimmers at the north location, if he can. And he may pick off this heavy railgun for free. That's going to be an annoying thing for a gamer. Yeah, for sure this heavy railgun going to go down here. Bang, just gets smashed to bits by Sandskimmers and Tren's railguns. But unless Tren makes a move in like the next 30 seconds to a minute here, I just think a gamer is going to be so far ahead. And here's a move being made. Sandskimmer's coming into the resource line here. Salvage is getting harassed. A gamer forced to evacuate these resource operations. And the assault railguns are like hosing down the production cruiser, so they may be able to pick that off. Meanwhile, 2 heavy railguns here on the left of the screen, and the assault railguns for Tren actually just arranging a fantastic spit roast. And all of the assault railguns for a gamer go down. And now Tren has that military superiority. Now he can start bullying a gamer again. Now he can start looking for some economical pickups and close the economy down. Some Sandskimmers start going down here for a gamer. The carrier on... Okay, is being tickled by the heavy railguns, but is not in danger of going down anytime. Whoa, there are so many assault railguns, but Tren just taking the fights here with the focus fire and using the sand dune, so that not all of A Gamer's railguns were firing. Okay, now Tren starts hemorrhaging railguns, and this is problems for Tren. A Gamer can trade all day because he has the economical lead, but every unit Tren loses here, like, just really hurts. That, like, will permanently, basically, mean that he's that much further behind A Gamer. And it's so hard for him to come back. Galzian Carrier is back now to start shielding these units. You can hear those heavy chail guns starting to just kind of brutalize into those Sandskimmers. And now if I zoom out, let's have a look. Okay, what the? How has Tren managed to assemble another wave? My god, these are all heavy railguns, actually. Is that wise? I don't know. Okay, so, Tren has all heavy railguns. Looks like he's going to switch his tactics up here. Looks like he wants a carrier kill. I'm guessing that's... I'm guessing he thinks that, like, the assault railgun push has failed, so his only way in this game is going to be to go for a carrier kill. And, that to me seems like quite sensible reasoning. It's a very, very long shot, but a long shot's better than no shot. So, and in the case of these railguns, because of their range, it is a literal long shot. Magpie. So, wow, okay, so let's see now, we got 1, 2, so 7 Sandskimmers. I mean, my worry here is, like, there's nothing protecting these heavy railguns, so I think A Gamer, yeah, like, these Sandskimmers can just overrun in, and they can pretty much kill all of these. Why are his railguns not shooting? There we go, now they are. Sorry, not his railguns, his Sandskimmers. And now, okay, so now these railguns have to respect the Sandskimmers. And remember, Sandskimmers just, like, tear railguns apart, so even though this looks like a small number of Sandskimmers, and it kind of is, he's going to be able to destroy these railguns very quickly. In fact, A Gamer also pursuing with his own assault railguns, which are going to put big holes in Tren's heavy railguns here. And this is looking really bad now. This might be the final stand here for Tren. The Sandskimmer's going to get exhausted. Whoa, A Gamer, you're not going to lose all these railguns, are you, A Gamer? This fight's kind of down to the wire here. Uh-oh, A Gamer hemorrhaging his assault railguns as they run out across the map. The heavy railguns and assault railguns of Tren doing fantastic work. Look at this desert, by the way. Actually, Tren's okay as an artifact, but look at the amount of wreckage in this desert. Like, things have been, like, dying here. This is a nice little battlescape these guys have created, and now the Sandskimmers are forfeit. So let's just take a look. What is left for A Gamer? Well, a carrier has been destroyed, and a significant number of Sandskimmers and heavy railguns. Okay, here's a question. Here's some, like, food for thought, right? The Galzian carrier is undoubtedly better in a straight fight. It's faster, and you can put power into weapons range. Okay, so compared to the Kenefi carrier, it's just better in a straight fight. So why doesn't Tren play as Galzian? Because, like, I can't see that he's really making use of any of the Knef advantages in this fight. And I think if he had his carrier out here skirmishing and being really annoying, things would look a lot better. So, I don't know, just some food for thought there. I think if you're going to do this double production cruiser assault railgun push, why not play as Galzian? Because the Knef carrier really isn't worth that much in an offensive role until later in the game. And even later in the game, it's more of a support offensive unit using its cruise missiles and things, and its mobility support, rather than the Galzian carrier, which is just a strong unit in its own right. You know, the Galzian carrier has the guns, maneuverability, and the regeneration to actually just do frontline fighting, like, all the time. Anyway, just some food for thought there, I guess. It just seems to me like probably the Galzian forces are maybe slightly better suited to this kind of attack. I don't know, just thinking out loud. Anyway, whoa! Heavy railguns, 8 of which coming out for A Gamer here. That's going to set him up quite nicely. But look, actually, Tren's actually marshalling these artifacts reasonably well. there's no way this artifact is going to be shot down before it gets scored here if I rotate the camera. So you can see the forces of a gamer in the distance there. So this base runner is going to score here. Bong. There it is. 3-2 now the score, which means that Kenneth carrier presumably actually has some power. I'd quite like to see him come out with it. I suppose the trouble is actually for Tren, he hasn't actually researched refinery mode still. So if he moves that Kenneth carrier away from the resource area, that is basically just him saying goodbye to having any income in this game. And I wonder if that's really so bad. Okay, massive backstab from Tren. The assault railguns here on the right flank going to be diving onto the third resource location here for A-Gamer. So A-Gamer, he probably just got contact of that on the scanner here. A wing of Sandskimmers going to be moving in. 3 base runners and a lot of Sandskimmers actually. A lot of blast drones here as well. If these blast drones get into the Sandskimmers, that could be bad. But I don't think they're going to, and the heavy railguns begin to pick them down. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side of the map, here come those assault railguns. Salvage is beginning to be hemorrhaged here, and I think for sure this production cruiser will be forfeit if Tren wants to pick it up. Oh, the rate of fire on those railguns is blistering. Blistering. Okay, and there goes the production cruiser. Boom, slamming down into the dirt. And A-Gamer preemptively evacuates all of his other resource extraction sites. Very smart stuff there. And now it comes down to a fight in mid, pretty much. No more mining for A-Gamer. His production cruisers are going to come across here and try and regroup with the main fleet here. Now, A-Gamer has a massive amount. He's got like 11 heavy railguns here. That'll be able to kill Tren's carrier very quickly. And what has Tren got to hold? Well, the answer is pretty much like these Sandskimmers, of which there are also 11. But A-Gamer has easily enough Sandskimmers, plus his carrier in position to screen. So I think that has to be all she wrote for Tren. He's going to try and lumber away with his carrier. Power gets put into the cruise missile systems, and he's going to try and make a carrier battle of this. But, I mean, unless A-Gamer really screws this up, I can't see how the Kenneth carrier is going to win this battle. It looks like A-Gamer for now just hoovering up his opponent's military units, going to take care of these salvages shortly. The cruise missiles are slamming in from Tren, who's being very good about using them on cooldown. As I say that, he stops. And now here comes the railguns for Tren. So if he can regroup these railguns with his Kenneth carrier, maybe fight from behind this sand dune. He's actually got enough power for 3 cruise missiles. That is actually enough to make this a bit of a fight. So, okay, so here's the plan, right? Here's the plan. If Tren puts his carrier, I think, here, with his assault railguns behind this ridge, then the heavy railguns and the Gaussian carrier cannot actually threaten in. Oh, but actually, okay, A-Gamer has enough Sandskimmers that he can still come in, actually, so that's not going to work either. I'm just looking for lines of play here where Tren doesn't lose. But Tren's going to escape with his carrier for now. He does manage to regroup it with his army. He's still building production... No, I think those production cruisers were just behind, so he's not still building. A-Gamer, if I zoom out, he's now mining on this side of the map. The base runners for Tren are still out. If Tren can hold on and somehow grab 2 artifacts, he will win. I don't think that's possible. He loses all of his railguns here to Sandskimmers. A few cruise missiles here are going to find their mark, taking out a railgun of A-Gamer and putting some heavy damage onto the others. The Kenneth carrier doing its thing. But you know what else is doing its thing? These heavy railguns hooning into the Kenneth carrier. They do turbo spicy damage, and this Kenneth carrier is going to be going down. And that is going to be game 1 in this best of 5 series to A-Gamer ranks. Very nicely played there. Tren's incredibly spicy double production cruiser assault railgun rush was deflected nicely, but A-Gamer looked significantly flustered there. That was not like a too easy hold or anything. That was like pretty close. So I tell you what, actually, rather than... is there going to be any problem if I just... Okay, like, because what I usually do is stop recording now, load up the next replay, and then sorry, doing 2 things at once, and then like stitch the videos together afterwards. But actually, it doesn't really take me long to switch these replays around. So what I can do is just leave this recording. It's not exactly as professional as the other way, though, is it? Hearing Magpie. Okay, there we go. So now the second replay is loaded in. So we can hop straight into game 2 of this best of 5. So let's see. If we go back, then replay. So let's just make sure the map is different. Okay, yay, Kalesh Teeth. So there we go. This is going to be game 2 of this best of 5 series. A-Gamer at the moment, 1 game up. So yeah, Kenneth versus Gaussian, the matchup here. I don't know what to say about Kenneth versus Gaussian generally. I don't think I've cast enough of it to really feel qualified to comment. I think Tren's way of using the Kenneth forces so far has been highly atypical. I wouldn't say that he's a generalist at all. He does seem to favour these this 2 production cruiser sort of late early game push, or sort of early mid game perhaps. So anyway, without further ado, spawning in the south of the map, playing as the black and grey Galzian forces, it is going to be A-Gamer Ranks, our reigning champion from week 2 of the ESL action. And spawning in the north, playing as the Kenefi forces, it is going to be Tren, who looked pretty spicy in that first game, definitely capable of challenging A-Gamer. Able to inflict significant amounts of damage with his unusual, at least to me, who knows, maybe on the ladder everyone's doing this, but I haven't seen it, with his unusual 2-production cruiser assault railgun timing push. Looks like once again A-Gamer is going to opt not to salvage his base runner. He is in fact going to move on out with that and look to secure an artifact in the early game. Sandskimmer fabrication finishes up just in time for a Sandskimmer to pop out right now. And I imagine very shortly we'll see Sandskimmers popping out for Tren. Popping out for Tren.
Course verified. Sandskimmer advancing.
Hang on, wait. Where are your Sandskimmers, Tren? What has he delayed Sandskimmer fabrication for?
Command verified.
I'm a little confused as to why we don't see Sandskimmers on the map right now. But anyway, these 3 Sandskimmers for A-Gamer are going to find this base runner once again. I imagine Tren will do his thing where he dances around, pops some smoke and starts building a blast drone. Yeah, here we see the blast drone on the queue right now. Remember, the blast drone does cost 150 CUs, as you can see in the bottom right of the screen. A Sandskimmer costs 100 CUs. So he has to kill at least 2 Sandskimmers for the blast drone to be efficient, and I think for the whole thing, like including the value of the base runner, which will probably die, he has to... actually, how much is a base runner worth? I actually can't remember. Oh, and I can't tell you either. Oh, sorry. I think it's like 200 CUs, or 250? So he basically has to kill like 4 Sandskimmers to be coming close to breaking even. His base runner here, his blast drone here finds the base runner of A-Gamer, still looking for good targets, but these Sandskimmers are just going to pick it down. A-Gamer's micro quite nice there, and he doesn't use anything. Okay, now we've got 5 Sandskimmers out for Tren, so I imagine Tren is probably going to want to commit these soon. Well, looks like actually he's just not going to defend this. He manages to steal the artifact from under the nose of A-Gamer's waiting base runner, so that's quite cool. Here come the Sandskimmers of Tren. But his production cruiser is going to be all the way back here, so A-Gamer will have the edge if a fight begins around his production cruiser. He'll be able to have his Sandskimmers emerging into the fight. Let's see how many we've got now. 6 for Tren, 5 for A-Gamer. So if Tren wanted to commit in there, he could have had the edge. But it looks like he's happy to let A-Gamer fall back. Refinery mode must be finishing shortly here. Let me just give a command group to the carrier of A-Gamer. Yeah, refinery mode going to finish in about 10 seconds here. Forced to go for a different artifact is this base runner here, but A-Gamer still going to grab one even so. Look at the Galzian units. Are they not just like the coolest things ever? They're just so awesome. I love the Galzian design, what can I say? A bit of a Galzian fanboy. Anyway, here come the Sandskimmers of Tren. Looks like he wants to stop A-Gamer from securing an artifact, and he might just be able to. This is a lot of Sandskimmers. This is 8 Sandskimmers, too many, I think, for the 5 coming in to reinforce for A-Gamer here. And, whoa, A-Gamer risks losing his Sandskimmers, and that is more important than the base runner by quite a long way right now. Also, the base runner, whoa. Okay, yeah, I think he told it to move over here, and it came around the wrong way, because he clearly wanted to retreat this down this way. So A-Gamer is going to marshal that, but I think the base runner may still very well be forfeit. I don't think there's anything 3 Sandskimmers can do to save this base runner. So Tren actually picking up a reasonably nice lead in this game. Looks like he's doing his same old thing of going up to... he's building his 2nd production cruiser now is Tren, and he's also building assault railguns, so I think we're going to see the assault railgun push again. But I don't think it's going to have the... I don't know, like, A-Gamer knows about this now. Like, he's just faced it. And A-Gamer is a very accomplished and well-rounded player, so I think it's fair to say A-Gamer he'll have been thinking it over, it'll be in his mind, and he'll be thinking, alright, let's say this guy does it again, what am I going to do differently this time? How can I defend this more efficiently? How can I even flip the tables a little bit and make it look like a kind of a bad move for the Kenefi player? So, I don't know, he's that kind of smart player. He will have a plan, I would have thought. It looks like he has assault railguns of his own. That's going to be a part of the plan here.
Production cruiser rendering complete.
So here come like 9 Sandskimmers. They're going to pick off the base runner scanner. And there's only an assault railgun and 3 Sandskimmers. So actually, if these Sandskimmers pick up the assault railgun, which they are focusing now, and he should get it. Yeah, he's going to keep focusing it, and he's going to get it. grab the other assault railgun. Then he can go for the sand skimmers. Why is he falling back? That looked like a beautiful fight. I would have taken that if I was Tren. I would have picked up the second assault railgun, and then you can start killing the sand skimmers. And then when your assault railguns come in, there's like that much less resistance. It's all about snowballing. In Gaussian versus Gaussian, and because of the similarities in Gaussian versus Knef fights, in mirror matches in general, in RTS actually, losing just a couple of units so that you come into a fight with like just a couple of units fewer than your opponent is like that changes everything, because of course if the units are the same units, if it's effectively a mirror match, then like it's the small things that make a really big difference in terms of army sizes and composition. But hang on a second, Tren. Have you researched refinery mode? I don't think he has. I just want to see one of these salvages turn around. Come on. Yeah, okay, so he hasn't researched refinery mode. Good. Just making sure he wasn't actually attempting to play, like, you know, a regular game here. A-Gamer's going to be moving out with his carrier already. A production cruiser has been left back here. Actually, this location is exposed to a potential backstab from Tren, which could come around here. Let's zoom out here and see what's going to be happening. A number of assault railguns for A-Gamer are out on the field. Looks like he's up to 6 of those now, but very few sand skimmers. And that's a problem, actually, because it means that the sand skimmers from Tren can just overrun and take out his assault railguns, which means that even though he has fewer assault railguns, Tren can still take this fight. The only way A-Gamer makes this fight look any good, I think, is if his carrier is involved, and the way it's moving doesn't look like it's going to be. Yeah, Tren can just totally come around and backstab here. I think the smart place to attack is here, but I think he's going to attack from here. Oh, it looks like he's going to split his forces. Very interesting. Don't know about that. Interesting. The scoreline, by the way, it's 1-0 in favour of Tren, who was just now able to sneak an artifact away with this base runner. So another advantage there. And remember, last game, A-Gamer's carrier looked pretty smart, looked really good in a fight because he'd secured a number of artifacts, and so it had enough power to put into movement speed, range, and weapons. Without that trifecta, the Gaussian carrier doesn't look so great against Knefi forces. Now, A-Gamer has researched power reserve level 1, so he has 2 chips of power that he can allocate, but that's not really enough for the Gaussian carrier to feel like a fantastic fighting platform. Anyway, here comes the backstab from Tren. Looks like he's going to commit to the back door here. These forces going to be coming in the furthest, like, leftmost entrance as they can. And the assault railgun's actually kiting nicely for A-Gamer. Picks off one of the sand skimmers, but he has to be careful. He has the assault railgun lead, and he's gonna extend that actually by picking off one of Tren's assault railguns. Here come the sand skimmers though from Tren, going immediately for the sand skimmers of A-Gamer. Now, can they overcome these railguns? I don't think so. Assault railguns much better against sand skimmers than heavy railguns. They're still vulnerable. And I think A-Gamer just has actually enough assault railguns here that not even these sand skimmers for Tren can challenge them. And he's going to see this off with minimal economic disruption, let alone losses. Actually, that was just very well defended. That was like a great hold for A-Gamer. He killed more than he lost, and he took no damage to his economy. And assuming that Tren still hasn't gone for refinery mode, which I don't think he has, that means A-Gamer's in great stead. Look, he's building his... oh no, sorry, that's Tren who's building his 3rd production cruiser. Okay. But I'll zoom out in just a second. We've got another fight, but I call it a fight. Basically, it's just A-Gamer running down the remaining inferior army of Tren. And A-Gamer looking fantastic in this game, I've got to say. He's actually manhandling Tren right now. Is he mining off of 3? Oh my god, he's already mining off of 3 locations. I knew he would be. I hadn't actually checked until just then, but A-Gamer, I mean, like, you know, we're at the 8.5 minute into this game. Of course he's got a fantastic army, and his carrier's out on the map being a weapon, and he's mining off of 3 locations. Of course he is, yeah, why not? So, Tren with his back rather against the wall. Let's zoom out. So he does have a production cruiser up here in the top left. Holy spoons, as Tren research refinery mode, because these salvagers have got a long way to go if he hasn't researched refinery mode. Looks like Tren going to be kiting with his assault railguns, but here comes like a sledgehammer of assault railguns from A-Gamer. He just needs to pick this one up and move it back. Just pick it up and move it back. Just pick it up and move it back. Actually, you know what? Somehow the focus fire from Tren just didn't come through. I think the sand dune had a lot to do with that. So a very wounded assault railgun on the end of the line there. The veteran one for A-Gamer. He's going to survive. But that's a small point, because if we zoom out here, I mean, how does Tren come back from this? How does Tren do anything about this? There's just loads of assault railguns in your base killing you dudes. A-Gamer all up in your grill. He's having a thrill. Or maybe he's just chill. This just looks really bad. Looks like the assault railguns don't want to challenge the carrier right now, and I think that's wise from A-Gamer. I think that's probably the only way he can throw this game away is by taking a bad fight involving his opponent's carrier. So he's going to come over here, look for the production cruisers. And the reason for this is because all of the military units for Tren will be coming out of these cruisers, so this gives A-Gamer a chance to take on his opponent's army piecemeal as it comes out of the production facilities, and it also enables him to, of course, find and kill the production cruisers, one of which we're going to see go down here, and that will cut off his opponent's military production. So this is definitely the smart move from A-Gamer. Why risk everything trying to take out your opponent's carrier right now when you can just get way more ahead and make the odds of Tren coming back in this game very, very, very small. Now Tren did build a third production cruiser, and he so that leaves him with 2, which is still like respectable military production. So you know there are a number of units here for Tren. Whoa, these production cruisers are trying to kind of be like ablative armor here, but A-Gamer's having none of it. Focusing down the railguns as well he should. And that's just going to be a savvy fight, and I suspect the last fight, it could well be the last fight, because I think if Tren loses these production cruisers, like what can he do? And I don't think there's any way he can stop them from going down. Behind this, A-Gamer is actually marshalling artifacts as well, or at least one. So he's got his eye on all of the balls right now. And there we go. Tren is gonna GG out of this game. That's a 2-0 lead for A-Gamer. I think Tren's going to have to mix it up here. I don't think that he can continue to rely on this 2 production cruiser assault railgun timing push. Like, I just don't... I'm not convinced it's any good against someone like A-Gamer. I think he might have taken the first game with it. He very well might have. But I think A-Gamer has... you know, he defended it in the first game, although it was close. And... sorry, I'm just loading up the next replay file. And in the second game, he looked very strong. He's like the Borg, you know, like he's adapted to that plan. You need to find something new. So, okay, looks like the third game is going to be on Firebase Krill. So let's load on into that one just now. And honestly, I'm really hoping that we don't see the 2 production cruiser assault railgun push from Tren. I don't think it's a very... I just don't think it's gonna work against A-Gamer. Like, game 1 was close, game 2 not so, and I think if he tries it again, A-Gamer's gonna steamroller him here. So we'll see. Tren, I presume he has other builds up his sleeve. I can't remember him using any others though. Anyway, the map is Firebase Krill, and spawning in the south, playing as the black and grey Galzian forces, it is our present reigning champion, A-Gamer Ranks. And spawning in the north, playing as the Knaf, it is the challenger, Tren. So Tren with a lot of work to do here. He needs to win the next 3 games in this best of 5 series if he's going to win this week's ESL weekly tournament. So a lot of work to be done. But he did eliminate Quicksilver, who's a very strong player. And Quicksilver did play. He was playing random this tournament, but he did play Galzian in some of those games. So Tren has proven that he can play against a strong Galzian player. And in game 1 it did look close, so I believe in Tren. I think he can take games off of A-Gamer. We've seen it. Oh, sorry, we haven't seen it, but we've seen... for me, he's demonstrated the potential, so I think he can bring this back. By no means, though, would I say that A-Gamer is not the favourite. I mean, he's already 2 games up, and he's just a very formidable player. Sparrow, if you're out there, we need you. There's an A-Gamer here who needs putting down, and you're the man who can do it. So I need like a giant searchlight with like a sparrow cut into it, so I can like shine it into the sky, summon his powers. Anyway, it looks like Tren going to be doing his Trenny thing here, which is to send his base runner out completely unprotected and just kind of juke and jive around, use some smoke, build a blast drone. Looks like A-Gamer completely on top of this, going to be just attacking it with his sand skimmers at the earliest possible opportunity. And unless A-Gamer falls asleep and clusters all of his sand skimmers together, then there's just nothing. You know, the blast drone will not be efficient here. Here it comes. Okay, so it pops out now. And A-Gamer looks like he's not so... Oh, he came close to clustering up there. Oh, okay. So, okay, he's going to kite away here. Yeah, so this blast drone is actually just not going to get anything, is it? Is it even going to get 1 sand skimmer? Oh, no. Oh, it's still taking fire. And there it goes. Obviously, that's not the start that that Tren would have wanted. And that was hopelessly inefficient. Is he building another? Wow, a second blast drone here going to be coming out. He's massing sand skimmers at home as well. So there is that. And the artifacts have just spawned. A-Gamer going to grab one and go. Okay, here's the base runner. Whoa, the sand skimmers are very clustered. The blast drone comes out on top of them. Boom! Okay. the first crackingly good hit that I've seen from these early blast drones. That was very nice. That was 4 sand skimmers he picked up. But here's the thing, right? That was for 2 blast drones, and I suspect he's still going to lose his base runner. So actually, he's still behind. That wasn't even efficient. Okay, if he doesn't lose the base runner, then he comes out looking okay, because he traded 300 CUs worth of blast drone for 400 CUs worth of sand skimmer. So, yeah, it looks like he is actually going to save the base runner here. And now he actually has a sand skimmer advantage too. How many sand skimmers are there for a gamer out on the map? Just 3, and they're spread out. Whereas there are like 6 for Tren. So, okay, Tren has actually somehow, using this crazy exposed base runner opening, somehow taken a lead in this game. A-Game is going to secure this artifact, which you can see moving into the extraction zone here in the north. Whilst Tren takes out the scanner from the base runner down here in the south, and it looks like Tren is also going to be extracting an artifact with his base runner here. Wait, can base runners hold 2 artifacts? Oh, I did not know that. Really? How did I not know this? Oh, that's awesome. Because he grabbed... Did he grab both of these? Or is this a... No, because A-Gamer grabbed one of them. Okay, sorry. Okay, my mistake. Forget that. Magpie just losing his marbles here. Not that he ever had many. Anyway, we've got a fight being taken here in mid as 8 of the sand skimmers for the Galzian forces going to take on 3 for Tren's Knefi forces. And I imagine A-Gamer will just pull back this wounded one. Yeah, there he goes. Puts it to the centre of the blob where it's less likely to be shot at. Now, Tren, very nice focus fire, is going to pick up that sand skimmer, and now we've got an earnest sand skimmer fight, although I still think that for Tren there's just not quite enough sand skimmers. Here come 3 more though. Boom, picks off another one, and actually are those 3 reinforcements going to be enough to turn the tide? You can see desperate focus firing and juking and jiving going on here to try and protect wounded sand skimmers and keep your numbers higher than your opponent. Whoa, what a sand skimmer duel this is. I think A-Gamer just has the edge. Yeah, A-Gamer coming out on top here, and he takes the high ground advantage by using the top of this sand dune. And he is actually going to mop up his opponent here very nicely. Needs to just pull back this wounded sand skimmer, which is just taking fire still. Oh, he's going to hemorrhage it. Not like A-Gamer, that. His attention probably elsewhere there for a second. And 1-1 going to be the score. Confirmed Magpie losing his marbles. Thought that there was 2 artifacts in that base runner. To be fair, confusingly, there were 2 artifact symbols. So, you know, that's my excuse. But anyway, 1-1 going to be the score in terms of the artifacts secured so far. And Tren just losing a couple of salvages there. That's never what you want at this early stage in the game. 2-1 now the score, as A-Gamer going to grab a second artifact with this base runner. His production cruiser still actually posturing aggressively on the map. I don't think he ever brought that one back. He's produced another production cruiser, but hang on a second. A-Gamer doesn't have refinery mode. Oh, I've only just noticed this. Okay, so A-Gamer is angling for some sort of 2 production cruiser rush himself here. Them tables, they are returning, as he is going to be coming in with the production cruisers, I reckon. Unless he starts refinery mode in a second, but I don't think he will. I mean, he's gone up to fleet capacity 65, and he has no sign of refinery mode. He just has a load of sand skimmers here. This is too many sand skimmers. Sand skimmer taking fire. Okay, so A-Gamer has done. Okay, so A-Gamer knows that assault railguns are still quite fragile to sand skimmers. So he's saying here, basically, Tren, if you're going to go for your assault railgun shenanigans, I'm going to have critical mass of sand skimmers. I mean, he can just come in here and take out the assault railguns and then come back. And then if Tren makes more, he can just come in, take them out, and come back. Yeah, here he comes. This is what he's going to do. And I have to say, this is very well thought out. He is actually like the Borg. Yeah, here he comes. He's just going to focus fire the assault railguns. Here he goes. The Knefi carrier has 2 power in her weapons, so that is going to help, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to lose all of his assault railguns. 1 goes down, 2 go down. Which one's he focusing now? He's going for sand skimmers. Okay, A-Gamer here happy to go for sand skimmers. Taking a lot of damage on the sand skimmers. The AoE attacks from the Knefi carrier are not to be taken lightly here. There's another missile going to clash into those guys. A-Gamer needs to spread his sand skimmers a bit, but he takes out the remaining assault railguns. In fact, he takes out every military unit that was in existence. Look at him go, just getting these wounded sand skimmers out of the line of fire very nicely. So A-Gamer here, this is like the anti-timing. He's hit here just before Tren had his assault railguns like coming out 2x2x2 and had like, you know, 6 or 8 or 10 assault railguns, and he's like smashed like the majority of the. He smashed like all of the salvages here. Yeah, all of the salvages for Tren have gone down. A-Gamer has massive amounts of veterancy on a pretty intimidating pack of sand skimmers here. And let's just check the tech for A-Gamer. Has he gone into refinery mode yet? Nope, he still hasn't gone into refinery mode, so the claws are officially out. This is A-Gamer in I'm going to be killing you in the very near future mode. And that he appears to be doing. More assault railguns here being hemorrhaged. Tren doesn't actually have any salvages. He's building one now. Okay, so he has one salvage that's just popped out and he's building another, but I don't think there's any way A-Gamer's going to let him keep them. This is a lot of sand skimmers. And is he going to focus down a production cruiser? Does he have upgrades? Okay, he's got armor and weapons. Yeah, so these sand skimmers have 1-1. Or is that 2 weapons? Is that 2 weapons? Or is that double weapons and armor actually? I think it is. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Well, there is blood in the water, and the reason for that blood in the water is the corpse of Tren right now, which is also floating in the water. Damn, A-Gamer is just a monster. I feel like because Tren stuck to the same plan, right? In game 1, it was close because you know, anything could have happened according to A-Gamer. Anything could have happened. Tren could have been doing anything. So A-Gamer played a very general style, and Tren nearly took game 1. Game 2, A-Gamer had an idea that this was a build that Tren likes. So he kind of made some preparations and was just kind of slightly better situated and just kind of took game 2 much more convincingly. Game 3, you know, Tren had done the same thing 2 games in a row. So, and I don't know if these guys play on the ladder a lot, they probably do. So Quicksilver probably had a pretty good idea that he was going to do the same thing again, so Quicksilver was just like, I'm going to snipe your build with a counter timing. And that is what he did. So nice adaptation there. From A-Gamer, and to some extent I think demonstrating the fact that you can be a very good player at pulling off a certain build, and you can do very well on the ladder, because ladder games, it's always a best of 1 series against each opponent effectively. It's not a series, it's just a best of 1. Whereas when you come into a tournament, the game changes completely, because you're now playing best of 3s or best of 5s, and the skill set that you need to triumph and prevail in those environments is actually different. Like, you need the ability to adapt to your opponent's build, you need the ability to master a number of your own different builds, you need to be unpredictable, and you need to have some counter builds up your sleeve, you need the ability to cheese every so often just to keep your opponent on their toes. You've got to keep them honest, you know, you can't let them get away with any greedy macro openings or anything like that. And there's just a whole different mind gaming skill set that you need for playing tournament series, because you're facing the same opponent in multiple games. And I think that was where A-Gamer had the edge over Tren here. As you saw, like, Tren nearly took game 1. That was pretty close, I think. And game 2, A-Gamer was able to adapt, and by game 3, A-Gamer was so on top of his opponent's strategy that he just kind of took game 3. So, A-Gamer, congratulations to you, good sir. You will be the victor for week 3 of the ESL Homeworld Deserts of Karak tournaments. That's 2 in a row that he's taken, so very nicely done there, A-Gamer. Tren, buddy, you've undoubtedly got the skills, and I would love to see some other builds from you. Having taken out Quicksilver, that is quite the achievement, knocking Quicksilver out of this tournament. You know, and also, of course, coming as the runner-up in this tournament is also very commendable. So well done, Tren, and I do look forward to seeing more of your plays. Sparrow, buddy, if you're out there, please, we need you. A-Gamer needs putting down, so if you could just come back in here and take him out, that'd be great. Nah, just kidding. I'm sure those would be really good games. So yeah, that does it for week 3 of the Homeworld ESL tournaments. Thank you very much for watching, and I very much look forward to casting week 4 as soon as possible. So yeah, one more thing. Thank you very much to Sinistro for packaging the replays in a very spoiler-free and nice format for me, and indeed for forwarding me all the replays and organising these events. You're a dude, Sinistro. You're doing a lot for Homeworld Deserts of Karak, and it's nice. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. This is Magpie842 signing out.